All right, for the solo Easter egg for Black Ops 7 Zombies Ashes of the Damned, I'm going to run the field upgrade, Ether Shroud. I'm going to run the stun grenade and the Molotov. And you also need a Tomahawk, which you can get at exit 115. Which for my class setup, I'm using this monster setup with the Carbine 57. This gun shreds all the way through round 50 plus. And then your Gobble Gums or just whatever you want to use. So we're going to select a match, press standard, play solo. If you're playing with a squad, obviously play in a squad option. So once you get 1,250 points, just purchase this first door, and then we're going to melee this kind of metal plate right here to get Ted's head, and we're going to apply this on the old Tessie truck. For this route, I'm going to head to the right side. We're going to destroy this gate. Make sure to do not run into the red spores. They will kind of take damage on your truck. If you run over the yellow spores, this will give you salvage, repair your truck, and also give you essence. All right, so now we're at Blackwater Lake. So this is one of 3 restore power places that we need to do. So we need to shoot these spores. Once you shot all, you shoot the final one at the very top, just like this. All right, we're going to purchase this first door at Blackwater Lake. And we're going to head upstairs. It tells you typically where to go. You just turn on the power right here. And then the first part that we actually need to get is come down here into the cabin kitchen right here. We're going to gather this item right here, which is called the jar of spores. So make sure to pick that up. All right, we're going to get back into Old Tessie. We're just going to head straight from here. We're at the Lost Cabins. So we're just going to head left from this point. So just make sure to run over the yellow spores. They will give you HP for your truck, essence, or salvage. So for Ashwood, there is a Molotov right here. If you don't have one, you can pick it up right there. All right, we're going to purchase this door right here. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to shoot all the spores. Then we're going to shoot the very top, just like this. Sometimes it will require extra bullets because the top one is always the one that takes the longest to shoot. And we're going to hit the power switch right here. Easy peasy. Now jump into the old Tessie truck. Head into the garage. Then we're going to interact with this bench right here. We're going to upgrade old Tessie. This will give us the pack-a-punch. Look at that. Nice and dandy. And now we're going to head into exit 115. There is a Tomahawk here. You can actually pick that up if you're playing co-op. If you're playing solo, you're going to need the Molotov and the Tomahawk. All right, for this location, is a special zombie will spawn in to drop the key that we need. So it will be random, so we just need to find it. There it is. We have the freezer key. So interact with this cabinet right here. And we're going to pick up the Abominations. We're going to head back to Ashwood with our old Tessie vehicle. Now come over here to the bench. Now we can acquire that upgrade for the Abomination mouth, just like this. Looks pretty clean. So a different location, using the beam attack on the truck with Abomination attachment on the truck. Press the left clicker on the mouse, and we're going to destroy this purple spore over there. All right, we need to get out of the truck and pick this item up. So we head to the right side of the garage. This will lead onto the barn. So we're going to place the item that we got from the jar of spores. I'm going to place it right here on the horse. Now we need to wait 3 rounds, so we'll come back later. So while we're here, we're actually going to activate this right here. Shoot these spores on this device. Now shoot the last one on the top here. Purchase a door to the barn. Now we can hit the power switch. All right, for this step, head to the barn area. We need to purchase a combat axe. We're going to throw it at this foot right here. Then take your Molotov. Throw your Molotov at this foot that you chop down with the axe. After a few seconds, you can now pick up the human bones. All right, so if we head into the Janus Towers Plaza, round 8 or higher, come over here onto this truck. And we're going to walk over to this place over here. And we're going to have a boss that spawns in. I'm going to go into my Ether Shroud here, do as much damage as possible here, just like this. I'm going to melt him as much as possible here. All right, do the damage. There we go. Once you take him down, he's going to drop the stabilizer chip. All right, now we're going to head back to Ashwood. We're going to purchase this door right here, which is called the Market Square. Install the stabilizer chip on this little cage fence area. And after it's done installing, we need to spam stun grenades at Klaus for him to basically wake up. And once you've done it right, you have the white little kind of stars above his head indicating that he's actually waking up. Now we're going to head to the Cosmodrome, and we're going to purchase this door right here. Lead Klaus onto this specific area right here. I would highly recommend using decoy grenades for this or monkey bombs. Klaus will come over here and smack this wall right here. And now we can turn the switch on, sit in this red circle. Then we need to sit here until the scan progress is complete. And at this moment, zombies will be pushing you. There we go. Once once it's complete, this will open and we can pick up this ether barrel. All right, for this route, from where I'm looking at with my old Tessie truck from Ashwood, I'm going to take this route right here and go left. This will take us to Blackwater Lake. So we need to take this canister to each of those 3 power locations. We're going to put the one right here. So basically we need to sit here and wait for it to refine energy extraction. All right, once it's done, pick up this one. You're on a time limit. Don't worry. Each one you do will reset the timer. So we're just going to keep heading straight. The next one is at Ashwood right here. Once it's done, pick up the canister once again. And the last stop is the barn. After it's done, pick up the canister, head downstairs of the barn. Then we're going to interact with this kind of pedestal here. We're going to click interact. And now we need to find 3 different symbols to unlock this box. All right, so now we need to take this thing right here, this jump pad to Janus Towers. And we're going to see 3 symbols that we need to memorize on top of these 3 buildings. And this is going to be for the wonder weapon. So we're going to take this one to the left to the farm here. So we have key, circle, ocean. So we're going to take those 3 symbols that we've gotten and come down here and interact with this pedestal here. So there's arrow, we have ocean, and we have the sight. Interact with the box. Once you've done it correctly, it will give you the wonder weapon. So now we need to shoot these little orbs, shoot it, then recall it. We need to do this for each orb that we see. Shoot all of them, recall all of them, just like that. Here's the last one, recall this one. Once you've done it correctly, you will get a audio log. Now we come over here onto the dead horse and pick up the widow's lantern. So on the denizen round, activate this trap here. Then we'll drop a Ravager's Eyes. Wait for Wisp T to activate. Head to this mirror over here. There we go. It's going to open the mirror. Now use a wonder weapon to shoot it. Then pick up the powder of the Forgotten. All right, we're gonna wait till around 16 for old Tessie to spawn in. Make sure to get him very low. Do not kill him yet. Now we're gonna get inside the truck and use our Abomination beam to beam the bear just like this and destroy him. And now we can pick up the mysterious limb. All right, come to the Cosmodrome and then interact with the little powder thing right here, just like this. And it's going to appear symbols on this wall. All right, I'm gonna pause my game here for a second so you guys can see this. So we're gonna take these first 3 symbols right here. We have this one, and this one. This is the picture that we're going to be looking at. So in my game, I have the L with the dot. So we're going to be shooting this one first. We have the right arrow, which is going to be this, the bones. And then the C is going to be this one. So you're going to do the first symbol, the second symbol, and the third symbol. They're going to shoot them 1 through 3 on this picture here. So we have L with the dot, which will be this one right here. The second one will be the right arrow. So it will be the bones, which will be this one. Now we have C, which will be the heart. All right, now we're going to add blood. It's going to do like a little cutscene here. This one's going to be very tough. Your HP will go immediately down, and now we need to survive into this room. So I'm going to pop my double gum here so we can actually do this. I'm going to do this decoy here. I'm going to pop this nuke for insta-kill. We can actually complete this more faster. I do have ether straw just in case I need it. So we just need to survive in this room. Survive as long as possible, just like this. And once you've done it completely, your whole screen will go purple just like this. And once it goes away, you have completed this step successfully. Now we need to find different keys around this location, which one can be found right on this building over there. So another spawn location for the key can be top of this crane right in front of me, right there next to that arrow. Should be on top of that crane. Then in my game, my key is right here. So I need to shoot it, roll it in, and I can pick it up. And now we have to run with it back to Ashwood. And this one will have your melee weapon only. So we take it back here into the back of where this big kind of object is in the rabbit alley, then interact with it, and there we go. First 1 of 3 keys are done. The next key can be found next to the boat, next to the grounded ship. I highly recommend using your vehicle with us. First location can be found right here onto next to the barrels. Another location can be found right here. Shoot the wonder weapon, draw it back in. There we go. Your next location can be found right here. I deliver the second key right here. All right, so the next final key can be found in the Order Graveyard. The first key is supposed to be found right here next to the mouth. Another one found right here. And another small location can be found right here in this corner. All right, we're gonna bring the last one right here, just like this, and you will get a cutscene. After the cutscene, you will get the DG2. And I'm gonna build this at the bench over here to apply it to the old Tessie vehicle. There we go. Now it's on the vehicle. Our DG2 at this clock here, just like this. So we're going to shoot our wonder weapon, call it back in, then our gun will go purple. All right, we're going to shoot this clock with our wonder weapon. And we're going to use our truck to ram behind the semi truck right there. All right, purchase a store. We're going to call in Klaus. We're going to take the purple zombie and bring it over here. All right, we're going to get Klaus to stomp this car right here, just like that. Now using melee macchiato, we're going to head to the diner and melee this cash register, just like this. I'm going to revive all the zombies by by just walking next to them, just like this. Walk next to the trucker and walk next to the diner. Now we're going to shoot the clock just like this. Purple zombie goes right here. Now we have the yellow zombie goes right here. And the last zombie, the purple zombie, goes on top of the diner, just like this. And once you complete it, all the electric will disappear. And I'm going to shoot the clock again. Make sure again goes purple. Head to the Cosmodrome. We're going to shoot this satellite like this. And it's going to slow it down. All right, shoot the clock again. Bring it back. Head back to the Cosmodrome. And now shoot the other satellite just like this. All right, for this step, we're going to need to come over here. We're going to look at these monitors over here. And these two symbols will indicate a pattern. All right, so the first numbers on the monitor that we got was says V with the dot and square. We're going to look at these set of codes. We got V with the dot, which stands for W, then square, which is E, which is going to be WE, which is going to stand for weapon. So now I'm going to go to these monitors and press and click these numbers, 22, 4, 0, 15, 14, 13. We got to press these numbers into these monitors. So here is the code in full screen, and here is this code. So I'm going to throw a decoy here. So 11, so 22, 17, 4, 22. So 4, shoot it. That's 22. The next code is 4, 14, 13, 4, 13, 4, shoot it. Now we need 0 for the third number. 6, 0. So wait till 6, 6, and shoot it. And now we need 15. So 8, 15. So 8, shoot it. So now we need 14. So shoot it after the 13. 13, shoot it. Now 13 is last. 19, 4, 13. There we go. We got it. Once you've done it successfully, your screen will go completely white and you will get this in-game cutscene. Alright, shoot the clock once again. Shoot it with your wonder weapon. Draw it back in. Head to the barn. Then we need to look at this clock inside of the farmhouse. We got 3 o'clock. Alright, so we got 3 o'clock. So we're going to sit on the 3 tally, just like this. The head will slowly turn to me. And once the head turns red, shoot it with your wonder weapon, just like this. So one part should be found right here on this dresser. Another one found at this table right here in the garage. One found up here in the barn in this corner. And one inside the bathtub and the cellar. Now we place these down inside the barn area. Go to these red circles, interact with each of them. There's one there. Second one is here. Third one is here. And the fourth one, final one is here. Now we need to interact with this item. Interact with this item here. And now we have to defend all of these objects that we put down. I'm gonna activate this trap here. Make sure we gotta defend this for a minute straight. Make sure none of the zombies hit this. This is gonna be quite difficult. It seems like once you fail it, and the one that you interacted with, you have to feed souls to. So now I need to get back in old Tessie. Shoot the clock again, shoot it with our wonder weapon, roll it back to its purple, head to Blackwater Lake, come to the docks, interact with this little object here. Now shoot the projector with your wonder weapon. So that's crafting table. So crafting table is right here at the tool shed, right there. That's the boathouse. Right there. The boathouse is over here, which would be at this location, right here. This image is backstairs. The last one is right here. And this image is the second floor. This picture's in the cabin, which is right there. All right, interact with this box right here and the cabin. There we go. It's going to open. All right, we need to summon Klaus with this thing right here. I'm going to direct him to this bed right here. And he's going to come over here and pick up the part just like that. And he should have picked it up. There we go. Interact with Klaus to start this final step. All right, I'm going to let the gameplay slide here. So hop in your vehicle, keep heading straight. You're going to run over this kind of red mist, which is part of the quest. So we're going to keep going straight here. Then make sure to run out and run over the yellow crystals to replenish your vehicle. There's another red spore. You got to run over or kind of smoke, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to run straight all the way to Jonas Towers. And this is when you know you're going the right way. We're going to keep heading straight past that statue there, keeping straight onto the next little cave area. Then run over this red mist. You cannot miss it. It's right in front of you. And on the way there, make sure to run over the yellow spores to replenish your vehicle. There's another red mist right there. And then keep running over. There we go. Another red mist right there. We're going to head next to the barn and and keep heading straight. This one could be quite confusing because it's hard to see and it's very misty and foggy. And then on here on the ship, you need to head to the right up this ramp. You're going to hit this red mist right here. Then turn another right. This will be a quick turn right there. Sometimes you can miss it, so you can like reverse it. Then keep heading straight for this one. Then for this one, once you head back into Ashwood, you're going to turn right back to Lakewater and head back up to this ramp right here for another red mist. Then the last two will be right in front of you. You cannot miss it. Then the last one will be on the right side of this cabin. And once you hit the last one, you will be entered into the boss fight. So this boss fight can be very, very confusing and very challenging. As soon as you come into the boss fight, there's going to be like a little cutscene. Then you're immediately going to be in your old Tessie wonder vehicle, the whole entire boss fight. And then you need to keep ramming him using your boost onto the boss fight to do additional damage. You will see his weak points. You'll see like this red opening indicating that you can actually run into it and do more damage. And then the health bar is at the top. And it's pretty challenging because as you do more damage, as the boss does damage to you, he will kind of decay your vehicle. If you pay attention to the bottom center and you see the redness, that is indicating how far your vehicle is from exploding basically. When you're out in the vehicle, you need to kind of repair it. At that moment, you need to throw like a monkey bomb, a decoy, or go into your ether shroud so you can actually repair it fast enough, get back in your vehicle, and start ramming into the boss again to do additional damage. Once you get to a phase, you can run over these yellow looking spores to replenish your vehicle. And there's also power-ups around the map. You can use your wonder weapon to get those, which I found that hard because for some reason it doesn't like to pull back with the wonder weapon to get those power-ups. But I think it's a little buggy, but I don't know. If you guys can attempt that without dying, you guys can do that. He does have a spin attack where you need to hit him multiple times for him to kind of break that attack. And then he will spawn in these blue purple kind of light that you need to go over, which will give you an attack to basically one tap him to break that phase. And once he goes into this phase where he's just kind of sitting there and he has this like yellow beam underneath him, you can actually switch seats, go into the DG2, do as much damage as possible. I would not recommend using a wonder weapon because the DG2 is going to do the most of the damage, and then just keep doing damage until that phase is over. Basically, you're going to repeat this until you basically beat the boss fight, and it's going to be very challenging because you need to constantly repair your vehicle and stay alive, which is very hard. As phase 2 and phase 3 come along, it's going to get much harder. Zersa, the bear, will start coming in, more zombies, and it's going to start getting more aggressive towards the end of the boss fight. I would highly recommend trying to reserve those yellow spores on the ground to replenish your vehicle because those are going to be most useful during the ending because that's when it gets harder. So save your boost when the boss is kind of shooting these powerful explosives at you because they do a lot of damage. You just wait for weak points to open to boost into them to do more damage. This one's very hard, so make sure to use all the gobgums you have, all the power that you have. Then it's pretty tough. This boss fight took me like almost 5 to 10 tries to beat, so don't be surprised if you don't get it on your first try. It's that difficult, but just trying to find moments where you can just run into them and do as much damage as possible and just keep running around the whole arena and try to stay alive. And eventually, after you learn the mechanics of this boss, it will get more easier. You know when the boss does this and does that, and sometimes he will throw the vehicle at you, and you just gotta watch for these other attacks. Depending on how much damage you do, you can kind of skip these attacks that he does. Once he does this like blue large attack at the ending, this blue laser towards the ending phases, you can actually ram into him and actually skip that phase to do more damage. But you gotta do it fast enough and precise. If not, he will get that laser beam on you and basically kill you almost instantly because the beam is that powerful. Just keep saving your boost, then keep doing damage to him and ram into him as much as possible without decaying your vehicle. And eventually, you will learn this boss fight and defeat it for the common card and the Dempsey skin.